Hi there, it's Laura and Ainslie.
Hi.
Hi. So today I wanted to share about Ainslie. I had it yesterday at the Inspire and Connect, and her subject was the power of words. And I thought, what better opportunity than to bring it back today and share with the rest of the world about Ainslie's challenge that she has. So she's going to speak to us today about the 30-day challenge, about the words that we use. So without further ado, I'm going to just turn this around. I'm going to pop it back into Ainslie, and Ainslie will share more about her vision and what she's trying to achieve. She's got a Facebook group that she has to set up, so more about that. And I think I'll just leave it with you. So let me change this around. So we will flip around, and then we're back onto Ainslie. So go for it, Ainslie.
Thanks, Laura. It's really exciting to be here, and it was an absolute pleasure to be your guest speaker at your event yesterday, where we talked about the power of our words and how consciously we can be looking at our words and how they affect the results that we achieve. We had so much fun yesterday going through various words, and my journey started with the word try. My coach said, all I ever hear you do is say, you're trying this, you're trying that. Is it any wonder you're not getting the results that you want? So obliterate that word from your vocabulary and start seeing amazing results happen. And so that began my journey, more so recently, looking at all the other words that either disempower us or are negative words. And so now we're on this journey. We had so much fun yesterday. One of the ladies said, I'm really excited. I'm going to go home and I'm going to start implementing this and doing it for 30 days. I was sharing with the ladies about the 30-day challenge that my partner and I did around the word trying. So for 30 days, how it works, we pick the word try, and that will be the word that we start with. And we're going to be starting on the 15th of September, so only a few days away. So we'd love you to join the group. It's called The Power of Your Words. It's a Facebook group. Come along and join us. Learn all about the words. If you feel that the competition, the challenge is not what you'd like to do, then come along and join the group anyway and learn about the power of words and how they can affect the results that you receive. The challenge, however, first word will be try. We're going to obliterate this word from our vocabulary. Every day you will think a little bit more consciously about what you're saying. And whenever you hear yourself use that word try, give yourself a mark. Put it on a whiteboard or a piece of paper. Having an accountability buddy is a great way to keep you accountable, because they're listening as you're talking. And that's how Laura and I got started as well. So it's been a lot of fun with Laura and I. At the end of the 30 days, you can tally up your marks. Now, you might like to have a decision at the beginning of the challenge where for every mark that you get, it might be 10 cents, it might be 50 cents, it might even be $1 if you really want to push yourself. And at the end of the 30 days, we'll give you some links to some micro projects that we're passionate about around the world, but we're going to choose the ones that are applicable to language and educating children, so they're learning while we're learning. And it's a great way to all reframe the words that we use, to be more conscious of the words that we're using, to obliterate some of those negative, disempowering words, reframe them so that it uplifts us, it empowers us, and it allows us to create the results that we want. So join the Facebook group. It's called The Power of Your Words. Come along for the learning, or be daring and come along for the challenge and join with us and obliterate those words from your vocabulary. We'd love to have you along with us.
Woohoo! So Ainslie, obviously we spoke yesterday lots about different other words, and that's probably something that will come along throughout our, as this challenge comes. It might be something that you're going to put into your group of other words.
We have lots and lots of other words, Laura. Just some examples, the difference between the cans and the can'ts, the needs, the must-tos, the shoulds. We stop shooting on ourselves. So we're going to go through lots of words. Sometimes when we're talking to people, sometimes even mums might just say, I'm just a mum. Well, guess what? You're not just a mum. You are a mum. You're somebody's wife. You're somebody's partner. You are a mum. You're not just a mum. So there's lots more words that we can explore as we go along. And I think yesterday, one of my favourites that one of my mentors taught me, which we finished on yesterday, was beautiful. Be you. be you to the full. So we're going to be looking at words like that as well, and what they mean. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and yesterday we did a very powerful thing, and we had the mirrors. Can you just go a little bit more about the mirrors, and that might be something that you...
Absolutely, Laura. The mirrors exercise is a great exercise that I've done in the past before. And what we did is I had some positive little affirmations on the backs of some small mirrors. And the exercise that we did first, we looked at some of the negative, disempowering things that, particularly as women, and I'm sure the guys do it as well, say to themselves. They might say it out loud, they might think it in their thoughts about themselves, and it can be quite disempowering for them. So we then looked at how that made them feel. And then after that, we looked at, well, what are some of the more positive, empowering, uplifting statements that you'd rather say about yourself and to yourself instead? And then when we did that, we grabbed our mirrors, we looked at that beautiful person in the mirror, and we looked at them directly in the eyes. And for about 30 seconds, we just kept repeating those statements to that beautiful person in the mirror. Things like, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am sexy, I am talented. Whatever the ladies wrote down that day is what we declared in the mirror to that beautiful person in the mirror. And I think that can be quite a empowering thing to do, because most of the time we're okay looking in the mirror to do our makeup or do our hair, but do we really look at that beautiful person in the mirror and tell that person exactly what we think of that person in the mirror? So that was a really powerful, little, I wouldn't call it a game, but it was a really powerful exercise that we did, and I think the ladies really enjoyed that. So
no, they had a wonderful time, and it was interesting when you'd written some of those loving statements on the back of each mirror, and when you handed it out to each person, how that actually applied to the particular person and what they were going through without actually directly knowing. So that was pretty cool. And I actually asked the ladies that we had there, did they find it easier with the negative statements that they were writing about themselves or the positive statements? And we actually found that a lot of them, it was quite easy to write the positive statements. So they had actually personally done a lot of work on themselves. They're very like-minded people and done a lot of work. But some people may find it a little bit challenging, and even in the mirror looking at yourself and saying those words. So what things would you sort of encourage them to do? Obviously, the first time someone does some mirror work and starts saying themselves, what would you encourage them to?
Certainly. Look, start off slow and be really kind to yourself. This is a journey, and if you've been the sort of person that has constantly put yourself down, or you've been put down by others, know that this is a journey that you're on, and start with baby steps and be really kind to yourself. There's a loving child inside of you that needs nurturing, or doesn't need nurturing. That's one of my words I'm going to get rid of. But, there's a loving child inside of you, and give them love, give them nurturing, and allow that person to feel loved, because you are loved and you are a loving person. And start with maybe writing down all the things that you'd like to say about yourself, rather than the negatives, and even do one statement at a time and do that for a week. And I think it might be a good idea. We might do this exercise down the track in the group. So if you'd like to go through that exercise, by all means come and join the group, and we'll look at doing that again a little bit down the track.
So it's kind of writing to your inner child.
Absolutely.
And kind of, I guess, taking yourself out of the picture. You as an adult, sometimes we lose that inner child stuff, so really addressing that inner child and writing. If you need to, pretend that you're writing to, if you've got children, pretend that you're writing to someone else. So that's one of the things. How long do you think it took for you to take the word try out of your vocab?
Well, they say that it takes around 21 to 30 days to create a habit. So when we did this for 30 days, my partner and I did that challenge. He got me a beauty though. We were down by a restaurant when we were travelling in the car, and there was this amazing little restaurant that I've seen. I've always wanted to go. I happened to be looking sideways when he was driving, and I said to him, "Oh, I'd like to try that sometime." And he said, "Sorry, I didn't hear you." "I'd like to try that sometime." "Sorry, I didn't hear you." He got me 3 times. So after that, we had a bit of a chuckle. We held each other accountable. But they do say it takes 30 days to change a habit. So that's why we're doing it for 30 days.
Fantastic. And we just got Sarah here, and Sarah said she's going to put this on her bathroom mirror. So straight away you've empowered
fantastic,
someone.
Sarah. That is That's awesome.
So we've had Nicole and Natasha on here just jumping on to listen to what you had to say. So I think we'll wrap it up today, but I'm sure we'll have Ainslie back in here. It might be something that we do. So throughout the 30-day challenge. So again, just refresh us when we're starting in the group that we're joining.
The name of the group is called The Power of Your Words. You'll see the cover's got lots of positives in words in the greens and the browns tones, so that's the group that you're looking for, because I believe there are a couple of other groups
we
called that.
We might even pop the link up so that we've
pop
got
the link
that
up.
in there.
That'd be fantastic, Laura. And come along and join us, learn about some new positive, empowering, uplifting words, and let's all have some fun together and change our words, change our results.
Fantastic. Thanks, Ainslie. Really, really appreciate it. Have a fantastic day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.